Alright, welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to go through the TKPS prelim exams for Foundation Maths, Paper 2. Right, let's get started. Make sure when you're doing a correction, you're using your green pen and you take note of the working as well. Now, you see 4 digits here, 2903. Using all the digits above, form the smallest 4-digit number. Smallest. Now, you cannot put 0 in front. That's just the rule, okay? So what's the smallest possible number? Therefore, 2 is the next smallest possible number. I use 2. I just put a tick. The next smallest number will be 3. Or is it 0? It's 0. So 0 is the next smallest possible number. After 0 will be 3. After that will be 9. So that's the smallest 4-digit number. Make sure you remember to put your answer in the answer space here. Use all the digits above to form the number closest to 3000. So imagine a number line, it says 3000. The number you form with these can be in front of 3000, can be smaller than 3000, can be bigger than 3000, but it must be closest to it. So here I can see a number either 2000, so I can see either a number that's 2930. That's the biggest possible number I can make that is smaller than 3000. Or it can be a different number. It can be a number that is 3000, using this, right? 3029. 3029. So which number is closer to 3000? I just check. Between 3000 and 3029, if I subtract, this difference here is 29. Whereas between 3000 and 2930, if I subtract, the difference here is actually 70. This number is 70, is further away from 3000 compared to the green number. Right, this is 70 number away, 70 away, whereas this is 29 away. So this is the closest number to 3000. Therefore, the answer is 3029. Next question. Sue had a roll of ribbon. She cut off 4 equal pieces, each 21 cm long. She had 60 cm of ribbon left. So let's draw out the model. There are 4 equal pieces. I underlined to remind myself I have done it. Make sure you remember to do such annotation to help yourself. Okay. They say each one is 21 cm long. So 21, 21, 21 and 21. Now, and what is left? 60 cm left. So there is 60 cm left. So I've also used this. So what was the length of the ribbon at first? Very simple. Means they're asking you to add up all these together. So to add up this is actually, there are 421, right? I multiply by 4, I have 84. Then I will use 84 plus 60, because there's 60 here. I have 144 cm. But they want to answer in meters. To change this to meters, I will use 144 and I'll divide by 100. Why? Because 1 meter is 100 cm. To change to cm, to change from cm to meters, I need to divide by 100. I'm going to decimal 1, 2, and therefore it is 1.44 meters. Answer is 1.44 meters. Next question, question 3. Now Lucas deposits some money in the bank. How much did he deposit in the bank? He deposited $1,250 in the bank. The interest rate is 2% per year. What is the total amount of money he will have in the bank at the end of 1 year? So this would be your 100%. That's all the money he's putting inside the bank. The interest rate is what the bank gives him. It's 2% per year. So total means what he put in at first. This is the 100% at first, plus the 2% that the bank gives. So you're supposed to find out what is 102%. Alright, that is what's getting at the end of the year. So let's find out. Huh? So 100% is $1,250. Now let's find out what is 1%. 1% will be 1,250 divided by 100. That means I move my decimal 1, 2. So therefore, 1% is the same as $12.50. That's 1%. So how much is 2%? So 2% will be 2 times $12.50, which is $25. Remember, paper 2, you can use your calculator, and always bring your calculator to school, especially on exam days. Check that the battery is working and the calculator is working beforehand. So now I have found out 2% is $25. I know I need to add up 2% with the 100%. So therefore 1,250, that is a 100%. I'll add the 2%, which is this. And I have $1,275. 1275. Let's not forget our units. Next question. Now this is a rate question. First hour, if the car were to be parked in the car park, the driver will be charged $2.50. For every additional half an hour, he will be charged $1.30. Mr. Omar parked his car for 3 hours. So very simple, draw the timeline. First hour, let's write down. First hour. How much is the charge? $2.50. Write down $2.50. $2.50. Then every additional half an hour. So first hour, right? He parked there for 3 hours. This is the second hour. This is the third hour. Now, how many half an hour are there in 1 hour? 2. There are 2 half an hour. Remember, half an hour is 30 minutes. So in other words, $1.30 is for the first half an hour, $1.30 for the next half an hour, another $1.30, another $1.30. So, how much did he pay? Using a calculator, just add them all up. $1.30, there are 4 of them, right? Times 4. Of course, you can just use plus, 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 plus. No problem, same thing. But you should get $7.70. That's a rate question. Now, let's go on to question 5. Now, Farah bought a notebook and 8 pencils. Means 1. Means 1. Satu. 1 notebook and 8 pencils. She received a change. Change means what's the money you get back. Let's say I buy a piece of spicy chicken from the auntie. I give the auntie $2. The spicy chicken costs $1.50. So what's the change I get back? I'll get back 50 cents. That's called the change. So here, Farah gave the auntie at the bookshop, the cashier, some money. And she received this change. So this is what she did not have to pay. So how much money did she give the cashier? Let's find out how much she paid. So 1 notebook costs 50 cents. 8 pencils. Now 4 pencils cost $3.55. So 8 pencils, I need to times 2. That will be $7.10. That's the cost of 8 pencils. So 8 pencils, cost of 8 pencils plus the cost of the notebook is 50 cents. Now I'm changing from cents to dollars. This is in dollars, this is in dollars, this is in dollars. Be careful, don't write 50, you should write 50 cents. And plus the change that she has. If you add up all this, alright, you should have $9. And that's very easy to add using a calculator. Right, $9. Next question, angles question. Now let's remember what we learned in class. Let's draw our tic-tac-toe. Okay, angle on a straight line is 180 degrees. Vertically opposite angles are equal. Then we have our angles about point is 360 degrees. Finally, the sum of angles in a triangle will be 180 degrees. So we're supposed to find angle R. Angle R is this. Let me just color this angle. Now remember I said you can highlight on only your MCQ portion. All the rest you cannot highlight. Okay, I'm highlighting for teaching purposes, so you don't copy what I'm doing now. Okay, so here is what I'm supposed to find. Now remember what I taught you? Ask yourself, if you know what is this green angle, then you can use sum of angle in a triangle to find this. But I don't know what is this. What else can you see? Can you see two straight lines? Which property can we use? Correct, we can use vertically opposite angles. So if this angle here is 100, this big angle here is also 100. So now to find the green angle is very easy. 100 minus 21, this is 21. I will have 79 degrees. So the green angle is 79 degrees. Once I have this, I can easily find out as angle R. Angle R is equals to, I use this number 180. 180. I minus away this number 56. And I need to minus away 79. And my answer would be 45 degrees. Okay. Now let's go to the question. Next question, question 7. Now you have a square. Now again, don't have to keep drawing this. So you can always refer to this. I just need to flip over and refer to it, or you can open it up so you can refer to what you have drawn. Okay. Now PQR is a square. Square tells us that we have 90 degrees here. I'm going to highlight the 90 degrees. There's right angle. There's 90 degrees here. There's 90 degrees here. And this is also 90 degrees. So find angle K. So angle K is this angle. I'm going to highlight for you to see. So find angle K. This is what we're supposed to find. This one. Alright. Now ask yourself, if you know which angle, you can find this. Ask yourself this question. If I know what is this angle, right? If I know what is this angle, then I can use the property of sum of angle in a triangle, like this, to find out what is angle K. Then I can do actually angle K is equal to 180 minus 62 minus this angle that is green, which I do not know what it is right now. But I can find out because I know this is a right angle. Right angle means this whole angle is 90, right? And we already know this is 29. We know this is 17. So 90 take away these two numbers, I get a green angle. So 90 degrees minus 17 degrees minus 29 degrees, I will have 44 degrees. Now I know my green angle here is 44 degrees. I can minus 44 degrees. And my answer will be 74 degrees. Angle K is 74 degrees. Always remember to put your answer inside. Make sure you have your units. Next question. The total height of 6 boys is 900 centimeter. The average height of the first 5 boys is 154 cm. What is the height of the last boy? Let's draw our triangle, our tan, T-A-N. So here remember, T plus, here is A times N. Okay, now we know the total height is 900. Great, I know this is 900. I know the average height of the first 5 boys. So there are 6 boys, right? So if the average height of the first 5 boys is this, so what is the total height of the 5 boys. Total is average times the number. Average is here, 154. Number of boys is 5. Alright, if I multiply these two numbers, I'll have 770 cm. This is the total height of the 5 boys. Then what is the height of the number 6 boy? Because there are 6 boys, right? The first 5 boys, you add up all their height of the first 5 boys to get 770. So the height of the last boy, alright, is the total height of all the 6 boys minus the height of the 5 boys. You have the height of the remaining boy, the 6th boy, 130 centimeter. Next, pie chart question. The pie chart shows different types of flowers sold by Mrs. Ong. Half of the flowers sold were orchids or roses. Half were orchids or roses. So you can tell half means like this. So whenever you see something like that, right? Now write this down. Half is equals to 50%. Okay? Now half of the flowers sold were orchids or roses. How many orchids did Mrs. Ong sell? Now, half meaning this half on this side is exactly the same as this half on the other side. That's what I call half. So what's the total on this side? The flowers on this side is actually 76 plus 33. You add these two numbers together, get 109. So the total number of flowers on this pink side is 109. So the total number of flowers on the green color side is also 109. Now you know that this part here, there are 23 roses. So how to find the number of orchids? Very easy. Total number here, 109, minus away the number of roses. Minus number of roses, you will have 86 orchids. So 86. Let's do a question 10. ABC is an equilateral triangle. Remember your 3 toothpicks here? That means that all these angles are at 60 degrees. 60 and 60 degrees. Okay, I'm going to write it here so you can see here it's actually 60 degrees. Now find angle Y. So angle Y is what I need to find. Now, if we go back to our tic-tac-toe again, which one can we use? I think we can use angle about a point is 360 degrees. Why? And where's the point? This is the point. So if I know what is this angle here, then I use 360 degrees minus the green angle, minus this angle, minus this angle, I get the pink angle. How to get this angle? Now this one look like vertically opposite angle, but it's not because these are not two straight lines, they're crooked lines. I'm going to turn this around. I see another two toothpick. This is an isosceles triangle, which means this is 55. This is also 55. So now I can find out what is this angle in green here. How? 180 minus 55 minus 55 minus these two. Alright, and you have 70 degrees. So that is the first step, 70 degrees. Alright, now we can use angle about a point. So angle Y is 360 degrees minus the first one, 60, minus the second one, 94, minus the third one, 70 degrees. I subtract away all these, I'll get my answer 136 degrees. And that is the answer, 136 degrees. Now we will stop here for this paper 2 correction. We will do the rest another time. Make sure you remember the steps and you remember how to solve them. All the best for your PSLE.